maybe just moving through his phases just a little bit quickly. And Magic's hard. Magic's hard, man.
I remember it's the little stuff. You don't forget to like block with your worm coil.
No.
You forget to do the little stuff.
Little edges.
I will always tell the story about how I used a fetch line at 1 life. Just the little stuff, guys. In the game, oh, by the way,
Look.
I had 4 Ubuzawa GT counters.
If we want the real puns, I was playing Merfolk at a SAG Open against Abzan.
Okay, are we talking blue-green Merfolk or like
just old school mono blue Merfolk?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Last
Claim, baby.
Last year, Seas Claim was in my sideboard. Spreading Seas. My opponent, I'm ahead, but he abrupt decays my Lord of Atlantis, which is my only form of evasion at this point. What does abrupt decay say?
Abrupt decay, it can't be countered.
Yeah. I had 2 curse catchers on the field. I tanked myself into.
Oh no!
I tanked myself into.
No.
He has 1 mana open.
Oh no!
I sacrifice curse catcher.
Oh no!
He goes pay 1.
Oh no!
He plays fully into my line of I think that I can counter this spell. I sacrifice my second curse catcher. He goes okay.
Oh
no!
Like I declined to pay 1. Any other effects? Want to try the remand? Or?
Want to add anything else to the stack? And I literally exploded.
Oh man!
And then I won the match, and it was the most miserable walking away with a match slip of all time.
Did you shake your opponent's hand?
I'm pretty sure he would have strangled me. So, I apologized to him.
Ouch, man! Ouch.
So hey, Magic's hard, y'all.
That happens.
Magic's hard, yeah.
So we haven't even really talked about this matchup yet. What do you think about Blue-Red Breach versus Dredge?
Like the ships going by in the night, and to be perfectly honest, it feels like there's not a whole lot of interactivity, especially in game 1. They're really not interacting with one another. I think they're just going to try to go pedal to the metal in game 1, see who's quicker in game 1, and then see who has more relevant interaction in the turns after that. I think Evan's thought seizes and collective brutalities are going to be important, and maybe even a gnaw to the bone, because the Annihilator triggers might not.
Like Bloodgas and Narcomoebas, who cares,
just come back, right? So it seems like Evan might have more ways to get back onto the board in game 2, but let's see who has more gasoline in game 1. I think it's just going to be whoever stomps the gas quickest, right?
I think so. I mean, don't make me play the song Gas Pedal. I'll get banned from TJ's. I'll be replaced. You'll be complicit.
We'll both just
hold up. Grab the wall. I can't. All right, I'm gonna stop.
Right.
I swear.
All right. Seems like a dice roll in game 1, but let's see if there are any tricky interactions that we're not just seeing here. See how it plays out.
See you, Tom. Okay, so anyways, person on the play, Mike Ferguson. He's 5 seed.
Yep.
Evan is 6 seed.
Yep.
He's going to go first. I believe Evan's on 5. Mike is on 6. They're both going to scry. Evan will keep on top. And now is when you must kick me if I get too loud. I will. You won't. I will.
Serum Visions to begin.
Stomping.
Looting.
Good start. Gonna fill the graveyard with the Dredge
here. What are we pitching? Stinky and a Bloodcast.
Okay.
Pretty decent.
So we have a Dredger. Mike playing it close to the chest. We can't really see what he has.
He's got the angle right. That's the way he should be approaching it. 18.
Mike, all the angles Ferguson. Dredge. 1, 2, 4, 5. Hits another dredger, hits 2 other dredgers, and a conflagrate. Definitely above average. Let's see if Evan has another land drop, though. Oftentimes, these dredge decks have to keep the 1 land hand. 1 mana.
Neonate. Go. You're right on the dot. Just starts pitching.
2, 3, 4, 5. Now, there's the loan. So if he does have a second land, things are looking really good for Evan. And he does. There's the Dackmore. Says go. That's all he can do. Mike just going to be playing it slow. He has very little to do the first few turns. He has like ops. He has remands, electrolyzes, just really trying to accelerate to his combo, yeah?
Right. Just trying to keep him off balance and cantrip, because you know that there's not going to be much interaction for what's in your hand, so you can just freely go off.
A little disappointed by Mike's like really cool foiled basics, his Serum Visions, but then his Ixalan ops. Basic ops.
Gotta get Hannah into a magic portrait. You know. Not just random pirate. Come on, yo.
Oh, so you've hidden it up till this point. I didn't know that you're a lore guy.
Yes.
You sound like a lore guy right now.
Very big into.
Wow.
I'm a Vorthos at heart.
Okay, sure. I've read that word before.
Me, I read the story weekly. I pay attention.
Best story arc then. This is the true test. All the Vorthoses in the chat are gonna call you out if you're wrong.
Weatherlight Saga.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like,
the easiest, right? I mean, that's what
it's
most everyone's gonna say.
It's a classic. Baron obliterating Teleria.
I was hoping you would like pull out something crazy like Theros in between Born of the Gods and Journey into Nyx.
Especially with the fanfic direction that we've taken recently. Less about it. Well, here's something.
Okay, Narcomoeba.
Prized amalgams. Nope, no prized amalgams.
Yeah, 0.
Just a Narcomoebas.
Evan's Mold of 5 was pretty decent, but it did not involve any prized amalgams, and this is the first Narcomoeba. He's more than 25 cards into his deck, too. So that was a Faithless Looting. So we're still under the critical mass in terms of Through the Breach Emrakul, right? We have 5 permanents on the Dredge side. But 16 life.
Just one Electrolyze will do it. Will put us in range.
Let's see if Mikey can end of turn Electrolyze. Kind of reminds me of the old Draco Explosion decks. I don't know if those were around when you started, but played 3 mana Erratic Explosion, flip cards from the top till you hit a non-land, deal that much damage, and Draco, which costs 16. And you just had to hope that they dealt themselves 4 damage. Or that you drew 2 Fire Ice.
Fire Ice.
Hell yeah, Fire Ice.
Hot.
Put it on an Isochron Scepter.
Ferguson is just sitting back and not doing much of anything here, is he?
Yeah. He's cast 3 cards that do literally nothing.
He's not under any pressure. Let's see if there can be any pressure applied here. There's an amalgam. There's more.
Okay.
Trigger on prized amalgam. But still, 4 damage. We could definitely compare this to High Dive in a way. Blue-Red Breach is perfectly fine just sitting around on its end step, not doing much until it needs to go.
Sit there.
Okay, you're forcing me to do something? Sure, now I have the best opportunity to go ahead and do these things.
All right, so 3 lands being returned to Evan's hand. Bloodghast will come into play. If Evan is smart, he will not play a fetch land. He will not let himself go to 15. Although, did I miss something? Is he already at 15?
I believe that's Michael's die.
Ah, okay. Ooh, it's a fetch. Okay, well, as long as he doesn't crack it.
Okay. Trigger.
Bloodghasts or... Interesting. Interesting line of play from Evan Whitehouse. Declines to bring back the ghasts.
Does
Now,
he...
He does have the possibility of end of turn bringing them back. He could be playing around a potential anger of the gods.
That's what I was about to suggest, but...
Because we have to remember, me and you, Ed, we can see the deck
we
lists.
have the information, but that is not divulged to them in game 1.
Right.
But still... Seems risky when you have to know that there's a magic number here. Ferguson looking to read Rally your Peasant.
That's an important one right now. That adds 8 power at this point.
That explodes.
12 power if the Bloodghast come back. Mike has to find it. "12 life" is Mike.
Shocks finds that Steve Vance. Is he casting that?
Why would he need a second red here, I wonder?
Bolt
Bolt,
you.
okay.
There's that reach. Bolt you.
Interesting.
We're going to a main phase.
So that one hit an Archimedes. One hit him, one hit an Archimedes.
So I believe
Evan,
that has to be that threshold.
So Mike can't clearly doesn't have it yet, right? He wouldn't have thought for so long if he had it. But it looks like he drew the breach. You see that right off the top, like he knew it was there.
Like a professional.
Dude knew it was there.
He's a professional.
Wow.
Skew.
Professional Magic player Michael Ferguson. Let's see how. That's the face of a man who just does it right off the top. He's like, yeah, it was okay.
I just had the whole time.
Don't watch the VOD. Don't watch the VOD on YouTube.
Sure. So who definitely seems like Evan has more interaction for the sideboarded games, but how much does he want to focus on that is the question. Dredge wanting to just do its thing more often than not, and feels like Ferguson is just going to be able to eventually do what he wants to do. So do we get under him, or do we try to interact?
It feels to me like this is Mike Ferguson's match to lose, because if you look at the sideboard, he has 3 Madcap, 2 Platinum.
Right. What does?
I'll tell you what Dredge does to it. 2 Lightning Axe. That's it. That's it. That's the only... Besides Thoughtseize. Of course, he's going to bring in Thoughtseize. But he has so much to hit with the Seas. He has Cryptics to hit. He has Through the Breaches to hit. And he has Madcaps to hit. So, really, Mike is hugely favored. Yeah. And the Titanium regular is looking to get that invitation.
Yeah, feels like Evan has to do a lot to his own game plan just so he doesn't lose, and then it may not matter in the slightest.
Feels uphill, man.
Yeah. Especially with not picking up the game one where there may not be as much interaction for each other. Evan again on camera sort of fuddy-duddies about for a bit, just like not. I'll refrain from the D word, but like,
thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Not do much of anything, and that's the blessing and the curse of Dredge, right? You can cast a turn to Cathartic Reunion and put 16 power in play, or put 0 power into play.
Right. Very, very high variance, and also high variance in matchups, right? Like you can play against blue-white control when you just have a free win game 1. You can play against Breach and just have no interaction.
Right.
Be 1 turn away every time.
Every time. And it certainly seems like he was with that Rally to the Peasants in that game.
Yeah.
But Michael Ferguson is a professional. Draws Breach off the top and makes us all look silly.
Are you familiar with Evan Whitehouse?
I am. We actually played at the SCG Team Open in Philadelphia. He was on Dredge there as well. Did cast a turn 2 Catharic Reunion Dredge for 13 and put 0 power into play.
That's right. You were saying that.
Put 0 power into play, and he seems like a player equipped. We talked about being okay with different types of variants when you're playing games of Magic. Some people can't stand playing Affinity just because, well, if my opponents bring XYZ sideboard cards, I just can't win. Or with decks that loosen themselves, aka Dredge, aka Ponza, aka Breach. I've seen Breach players not be able to put the 2 combo pieces that they need in their hands for forever. Just go through 40 cards in their deck and they have 4 Breaches in their hand and 0 Emrakul. Like that is a different type of variance and they all irritate players differently. But
it's like what you want to accept, right?
What can I not have control over, and what am I okay with?
Like, you could play the most consistent deck in the room, but at the same time, you'll still play against Dredge and still be at the mercy of their decks. Right. What's the real difference?
Right.
Hard to say.
Grixis, Death Shadow, and Humans certainly seem like reasonable decks that can do their things and have game against most of the games in the field, but then, okay, you're playing either of those decks and you run into Boggles and you just get run over.
Right, no chance. Meddling Mage named Daybreak Coronet, I guess. You're still gonna lose.
Seems like where we not want to be. So you need to. What types of variants are you willing to accept? Evan seems very relaxed about. All right, my Catharic Reunion for 13 cards did zip. All right, next game.
Try it again. You have to think Mike Ferguson's favorite to win the invite here, win that invitation to the Titanium Finals.
Let's see, if we had a fancy advantage bar, it'd be as far to the left as I could possibly cling it to.
I mean, it's like, at the same time, yeah, Mike got a good matchup. He got fortunate on some of Evan's strategies, but Mike's also tried so many more times to qualify for this tournament.
What did he play through the rest of the day? Where did he get lucky?
Right.
Where else did he just outplay his opponent? He certainly may have received some gifts from Andrew Jetty.
Hey, it's true.
I made that mistake. I thought Through the Breach was a sorcery.
Whoopsies.
That's instant.
So here we go. Evan Whitehouse starts on his Steam Vents. Says, go. Steam Vent's only there to cast Narcomoeba, by the way, in case you were wondering. Sometimes you gotta cast Narcomoeba.
Hey man, Flyers will do it. Blue-white Flyers.
So here we go. They'll set up. Draw. Scry. It's so funny how much better Scry 2 is than Scry 1, huh?
It definitely matters.
Not even close to the same thing.
No.
Imagine Magma Jet with Scry 1, how bad that card would have been. How about a Temple with Scry 2? Be so good. It's not twice as good. It's like 3 times as good. Scry 3 is like 5 times as good.
Just play some 4Cs.
That's that card. Oh, that card. Hey, don't get me excited about 4C, guy. I drafted so many of those. I want to download Magic Online on this computer right now so I can tell you how many are on my account. In that one format. It was only M12 or whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. Elixir of Immortality. Bay.
Just mill some folks out.
Yes. Exactly.
So,
win with the one of big fatty. It doesn't matter.
What were they playing back then for the one fatty? Was it Pearl Lake Ancient?
Oh, that card. That card's I wish that card saw more play. That card was cool.
All right, collective brutality.
All 3 modes.
Triple escalate.
Is it up to 1 creature gets -2/-2? What did he target with that?
That's a good question.
So we see a hand. While you look that up, we see a hand of 3 lands, Emrakul, and 3 cards he can take. He can take Madcap, Remand, Serum.
Target creature.
So did he have a target? That's the question. I'm going to go check on that.
Yeah. Seems like a good question. Looks like that was not a legal play, so we'll see how this is going to be handled. Sure, Sam Hammond will have a course of action for what's going on.
So, Judge Sam going to find out a fix for this. That was the case. It was what we thought. He does seem like a pretty easy fix. Nothing was really gained by Evan. The turn hasn't been passed. Yeah, Mike untapped, but you have to be able to rewind that, right? I mean,
there's definitely going to be a warning assessed.
Yeah, at the least. So yeah, he'll pick back up one of the 2 cards.
Yeah, no other game actions taken other than passing of phases, so...
Right. So they'll figure that out while I adjust these life totals here. There we go, and there we go. So Stinky still goes to the graveyard. Madcap still gets discarded. The important things have happened.
Right.
And Mike Ferguson already at 14, so it's not going to take too much for Evan to take this game home.
Just more filtering, and how hard can you stomp the gas pedal, Michael Ferguson? How hard?
You just tempt me, so, sir. You just tempt me. You succubus.
Not a... Well,
Suck you, man.
Incubus?
Oh,
Incubus.
God, that's right. I should have known. Hold up. Grab the imp. Dredge it like you try. No more.
Snook's gonna kill me. Snook's gonna kill me for even putting you anywhere near that.
Look, my second career is as a rapper. Okay, I am the least charismatic rapper in the industry. That's my shtick.
Snook, if he comes to your party, or if you're at a party tomorrow for the Super Bowl, and he goes anywhere near this, you can hit me. It's fine. I'll give you a free one.
I'm gonna come in with boombox on my shoulder, man.
Oh man, you set me up for that? Golly, no.
So flashback conflagrate. That's all he's got. Deal Michael 4. Bring him to 10.
Talking about just trying to end the game as quickly as possible with 2 ships in the night.
Yeah, I mean, Evan's gonna run out of resources pretty quickly if that's his plan.
I don't think there's... Evan kept a hand that didn't have any other sort of interaction, so why pretend to have it?
Right. You're like, what can you do? Card cast prized amalgam. That's, I mean, you can, I guess. But do you wanna?
Seems poor.
3 mana. Snap. Opt. Michael will continue to do absolutely nothing.
Need nothing. Just...
This was Snap Serum.
And why not at this point?
the dredging starts. Dredge 3. Fuel any future conflagrates. 1, 3 lands back.
Get Mire, Crypt, Gorge. What are we doing with 4 lands? Are we casting double life from the world? Can we do... At which point do we just stop playing lands and hoping to have those for the conflagrate flashbacks?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think 4 lands is really what you want, because then if you hit the sheltered thicket, you can cycle it too. But there's only 1.
Ooh.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's why Mike's the master.
Hi.
Definitely is reveal. So at this point, in terms of answers to Platinum Empyrean, Evan has block with Stinkweed Imp.
2 Ancient Grudge.
2
Ancient Grudge in the board if he brought them in and wanted to count against the additional combo.
if he knew about the additional combo.
Right, and we do not hand out deck lists to the competitor, so this may be a complete and total blindside. In fact, from Evan's demeanor, it seems like it.
So here we go. Evan is not giving up the ghost yet. He is gonna try. Oh, we got a mind change. Oh, he can also conflagrate for 8, right? That's not
Sure,
unreasonable.
It's not out of the realms, but that's a lot of resources to dedicate to not killing our opponent.
Right. Stinky.
Even if Platinum Empyrean is just life goes on in this matchup, even if it's just gain 8, like, are we not very happy with this?
Nick, I would fix life totals, but life totals can't change.
Ding, ding, ding.
JK. So here we go. Mike draws. Does he have the breach combo too?
Is he just that much of a professional?
Draw it off the top.
No, not that much of a professional. Just more do-nothings. More digging.
Best 3 mana Serum Visions you've ever seen.
Gives you a free 2/1. Nice.
And Snapcaster can beat in. Empyrean can't. Snap can. We'll see if Mike agrees with me. What he wants to do here. God, imagine remand on a conflagrate for 8, Ed.
Ugh. I just actually had a little bit of a stomach turn there.
Oh, I have extra underpants if that's
Ugh.
what we need here.
You just need to not put the camera on me at that point. Ugh. Alright. Un, deux, trois. Nothing exciting.
Also, no attack with Snapcaster. Maybe he does not want to put the Dredge 5 card in the graveyard.
Definitely building up to that conflagrate.
No sheltered thicket, though.
It's a nice little engine, isn't it?
Life in Loam is one of the most fun cards to include in your deck. You get to make your deck completely differently because you include Life in Loam.
Glacial Chasm says hello.
Yeah, exactly. You have to just break the rules of Magic with a non-land. A land that is not really a land. Oh, tap the team.
Have the team get in. Oof.
Yeah.
Bringing 5. Aggressive from Ferguson. And I think it's just because he knows that there's not much standing in his way. I've been trying to think of any combination that he could put together here. I think we've pretty exhaustively gone through the combinations here. We're not really happy with any of them, are we?
No, Million Ancient Grudge now has to be Evan's best chance, if he has them in.
If he has them in. There's a conflict.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Look, the sad thug. Now, is there a second cryptic? We'll see.
I don't think you would fire the first one off without just a path of victory this turn, right?
5 mana.
Just fire it off for no... Just to get 12 damage in. I think Ferguson's just making absolutely sure here, right?
Yeah. Last turn of the tournament. Breach.
Emrakul.
Handshake.
That'll do, folks. Blue-Red Breach picks up one of the last chance qualifier spots for the TJ's Invitational. Michael Ferguson will be there in 2 weeks, Sunday, February 18th, for our 5K tournament that will be streaming from TJ Collectibles. Unfortunately, you will not have my company for the commentary, as I will be playing, but I'm sure Zack can carry you all home.
I'll try, maybe added by one Adam Snook if he can't qualify. If not, to be determined.
He's got 2 more chances.
Well, historically, he hasn't managed, so we'll see. No, but Michael Ferguson finally just breaks the curse.
Keep on asking those questions, and eventually you break on through.
That's tournament magic right there.
Exactly.
You don't win the first tournament you play. I mean, some people do, but yeah, you do. I'm not one of those luck sacks.
What have I kept telling you, man? Like, only a luck sack wins the first turn.
Natural Toronto, or maybe Banteldrazium.
Just, hey, I would love to do nothing more than fetch, Breeding Pool, Noble Hierarch, Eldrazi Temple, Thought Knots here. A lot. Or, like, to our other highlights today of what you could bring along, I believe we had Kenton Najien bring Tribal Zoo.
Whoa.
Bringing some turn 2 Geist of St. Traps along with some Gore Clan Rampagers.
Jesus, Tom Smiley, that.
Let's punch through some damage, y'all.
Wow. Tribal Flames?
Talk about ghosts from 3 years past that I want to live in.
That deck was great, man. Might of Alara, your Geist.
Oh, that is so good. Or Might of Alara, your Angel token.
Ah, that's even better.
But it has been a pleasure today, sir.
It was.
Thank you for putting out with me. I hope the VODs come out pretty all right.
They will. It'll be up tomorrow on our YouTube channel.
TJ Collectibles.
That's right. TJ Titanium Series, actually.
Yes.
I will ask you before we go to go grab Mikey for an interview.
I will put him in this.
He said he would smile if he won the tournament. I'm going to see if that's true.
Get that brow.
Right. I don't know if that'll ever get unfurrowed. I do. Judge Sam says he wants to take a picture of Ferguson's deck list. We can play it at the next Modern tournament. Into it. You might have taken it? I think you did.
Edgar did?
Yeah. Congrats to Mike Ferguson. Congrats to everyone who top 8'd. Andrew Jetty, Kane Reinhard, Tim Connolly, Mike Ferguson, Ben Riley. I'm lying to you.
Thank you.
Tom Arena, Chris Torlucas, and Evan Whitehouse. Good job, guys. Good job to all those who didn't too. Thanks for coming out. The Justin Provençal of the world. Appreciate that. You're standing right in front of me. I gotta say it. And yeah, we have 2 last chance qualifiers left. Like I said, check our Facebook page for those. Justin, you have to try and win. I expect nothing less from you.
Bring a new deck next time.
Okay, new deck next time. I like to hear it. Gonna double check that date for everybody. And it is. We have 2 last chance qualifiers. on February 17th, the day before the final. So if you're in the New England area, come join us for that. One at 10 a.m. and one later in the day, 2 or 3 p.m. Check the Facebook page for more on that. We'll definitely be promoting that. You'll see it pop up if you're not a fan. If you're not a fan, check this out. Become a fan. Follow it. Check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/TJ Titanium Series. Always post all the VODs. The next day, or maybe a couple days after, you can listen to me stumble over my words, listen to Ed, make fun of me. Watch when we were talking to people off stream. It's a great time. Really good use of 8 hours. Recap the tournament. And that's pretty much that, everybody. Going to get Mike Ferguson over for an interview as soon as possible with his this pretty cool blue-red Through the Breach deck. Instead of using, like, Tarmogoyfs, like some people did, Kiki Jiki, happy he didn't do that. Through the Breach just has to be better, right? Like, if you're looking for a 2-card combo, do you want the one that deals them 15 almost no matter what, or do you want the one that, like, can be stopped a little more easily? I don't know. We saw him hardcast one too, so here he comes. You said you'd smile.
Are you on right now?
Yeah, but come on back. Yeah. Gotta interview the man who casts Emrakuls.
No, I didn't actually get to cast the Emrakul in that game. Remember, I snapped Seer Visions
That's right.
into the Emrakul, and I had the Through the Breach.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I had the Breach the entire time, so I didn't actually, need to hard cast it. But if you have the opportunity,
Yeah, you do it.
You gotta do it.
You get the
gotta
cast
do it.
trigger just in case, right?
Oh yeah. Just the extra rubs.
Congratulations, man! You finally
Thank you.
qualified.
Thank you. Feels good.
We were
Feels good.
talking on Facebook.
Yeah, that's true. Took I don't even know how many shots at it.
Yeah.
Multiple top 8s, multiple on the borderlines. Last time I came here, I went 5-2 and missed cash. That was I feel bad, but
5-2, 17th place.
Yeah, 17th place. But this time we made up for it and we got there.
Very nice. Different deck kind of different decks like every single event just about.
With the exception of these last 2 events.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went 5-2 with it last time, and I was like, I feel like it's there. The deck is good. I might as well just run it back.
Looked pretty good. I mean, every time we saw you on camera, it looked like you had the tools you needed, and it was powerful. Now, I was talking to Justin right there, wondering why are you playing Through the Breach Emrakul instead of Kiki Jiki Deceiver?
So the thing about the Through the Breach package is it's very, very strong in control mirrors, which I expected a lot of those in this room. Whereas if you're playing Kiki Jiki, you're playing a 5-mana creature that dies to Lightning Bolt.
Interesting. So it's the resiliency, not
it's the resiliency and the fact that you get to
Okay.
play a draw go game plan.
Because it's an instant.
Yeah, it's
Through
an
the Breach also
instant. It's an instant, and it has really weird wording on it to where if you do it on your opponent's end step, you can put the Emrakul into play.
Yes.
So if you pick a fight on your opponent's end step in a control mirror, they have to counter the first one, and a lot of times it taps them low, and then you get to cast the second one. If it's a very long game, you get to cast the second one with counter magic back up, and you just overload their answers, overload their mana.
Can it splice?
It can splice. It can splice. I've played my fair share of Grishelbrand, and I have done a good amount of splice onto Arcane.
Okay.
Not doing it in this deck, though.
No, probably
There are
not.
no Nourishing Shoals, no Desperate Rituals.
You're not all in on the acceleration anyway. You're trying to play a real game of Magic.
You're trying to play a fair game of Magic. Very similar to Splinter Twin, where you're doing the draw go thing, remand your stuff, annoy your opponent with Blood Moons and Cryptic Commands, and you're just trying to put that 2-card combination together.
And they're probably trying to fight off your spells that are just annoying. They don't know what your deck does. I bet most of the time.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about Scalding Tarn Steam Vent decks right now is that there are so many different options. You could be playing Storm, you could be playing Grixis Death Shadow, you could be playing Jeskai, you could be playing Blue-Red Madcap, you could be playing Blue-Red Kiki, you could be playing Blue-Red Through the Breach. I'm sure I'm missing more, but
right. I mean, Scalding Tarn is the most versatile, fetch and modern, probably.
Yeah. Specifically, the Steam Vent decks. There are so many options out there that a lot of times people might play around things that you don't have, or they might,
They think you have logic not.
Yeah, they're just they're playing around phantoms, shadows.
That's
and,
awesome, man. So like for people who like the deck, what is the good matchups? What are the bad matchups?
So you're gonna have a really good time in any control mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, the control mirrors are like hysterically lopsided. I played against a Jeskai player in the quarterfinals where he was able to fetch basic island, basic plains to play around Blood Moon,
Sure.
and then he resolved Geistocene Draft on turn
Okay.
3, and I smashed him. It was not particularly close. Like I was just able to put out blockers and then protect him because I have more counter magic and
Less creature answers, probably. Like he's probably trying like paths and stupid stuff.
yeah,
like that.
he's playing stuff like that. You just smash the control mirrors. Most of the combo decks, you're good against those, much like Splinter Twin was, where you just annoy them long enough with remands. You have post-board dispels, negates if you want them. The big mana decks. Big mana decks are a great matchup.
Okay. You counter spells and the clock.
Yeah, you have counterspells plus the threat of just like instant killing them out of nowhere. I played against Scapeshift earlier, and it was like, okay, yeah, your Farseek resolves. Okay,
Usually a
your
Steam Men's deck against Scapeshift is like...
Yeah, generally pretty good eats,
Yeah.
Plus you're playing Blood Moon in the main.
Right.
And like you dig so effectively, the long game just favors you immensely.
So those are good matchups. I'm not hearing any
Yes.
bad matchups.
Bad matchups are, it's going to sound weird, 8-rack.
Okay.
Liliana of the Veil decks can be
sure,
problematic.
sure.
I list 8-rack because like there aren't very many Lily decks right now. Lily has like kind of seen a downtick in the metagame. I suppose people are probably playing that in Mardu now.
Yeah, like one maybe.
Yeah, so like the Mardu decks, like Lingering Souls, can be kind of a pain if you're not able to find your
Block.
electrolyzes.
Yeah.
They pressure you really effectively, and you're relying on those like 1-to-1 answers, your counter magic, your lightning bolts, that sort of thing. They're able to like kind of overload your answers and pressure you. Plus, they have the discard spells to like take the key things from your hand.
Okay.
If you have a Through the Breach and you're looking for your Emrakul, and they take your Through the Breach, all
Then
of a
you
sudden
draw the Emrakul.
you draw the Emrakul, and you're like, oh, nice, a brick. Cool. And then other decks that can pressure you very, very quickly.
Okay.
Goblin, Burn,
Guide, yeah.
Yeah, Burn, Affinity, Humans. Those are decks that you have a fighting chance. You definitely have a fighting chance where you can be like a blue-red, like a Blue Moon style of deck, you know? Like try to kill your dude. But they're not great. They're not great matchups. Like there's a reason why I have the Madcap Experiment package in the side.
Yeah,
It's
that
because
looks so good, this top 8.
yes, I cannot tell you how many times I've hardcast Platinum Imperium. The last time I came here, and this time I think I hardcasted like 4 or 5 times in like a pretty short tournament.
Yeah,
It averaged out to almost like once per round. Sometimes you play Blood Moon, your opponent stops playing the game, and you just play draw, go, holding up counter magic, and then all of a sudden you're just like, here's an 8-8.
8-8.
All right.
Can you beat it?
Yeah, it turns out my E-Tron opponent.
Yeah, that was tragic. That was tragic.
Yeah. It wasn't quite good enough against him. I bought enough time though.
Yeah, I mean, you bricked for a long time. You shouldn't have bricked for that long, like statistically. But
Yeah.
But hey,
So it goes. It's modern.
Yeah.
We don't have Brainstorm here. So.
no brainstorm. Serum Visions is sad. Sad
Yeah.
comparison.
Yeah, I like the consistency though. That's one of the better things about the deck is you have a lot of cantrips.
Right.
Remand, Serum Visions, Opt. I played the full 4 Opt, full 4 Serum Visions today, so I wanted to like really get into the deck.
Yeah, we saw you do nothing a lot. You just like
It's true.
one
It's
card.
true.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, is there anything better than drawing cards in Magic? Best feeling.
Killing your opponent and still having time to eat pizza. That's pretty good. All right, a couple more questions for you only.
Yep.
Where do you play? Where's your local store?
So there are a couple stores in the Amherst region where
Yeah.
I'm from. It used to be Third. There used to be a Third. Unfortunately, they closed. Right now we have X9 Games and Off the Wall Games.
I know them well.
Yeah, both of those are really good stores. They kind of have different scenes. You'd have to like pop in. I'm not the expert on like which events they run.
Sure.
Outside of Off the Wall runs a lot of modern.
A lot of modern. X9 more draft.
They do a lot of
stuff like
draft.
that.
EDH, their EDH crowd is popping. They get 25 to 30 people on average
Wow.
for EDH nights.
That's like one of the nights I don't go, so I'll have to check that
Yeah,
out.
and the guy who runs it, Mr. P, shout out to Mr. P. He's a good dude. He has a lot of decks, like a whole gauntlet of things. So if you don't usually play EDH, you can go and borrow a deck.
Yeah.
Both of those stores are really good though.
Yeah, cool. We'll look to X9 for an NAC qualifier coming soon. Look for announcements on the Titanium page about that. Last question, the finals is coming up. Are you going to play this deck, or is it too early to say? You don't want to spill the beans?
That's a very good question.
Is it up in the? Is it a possibility?
It's a possibility.
It's in
for
2
sure.
weeks.
It's
in 2 weeks.
Oh, it's in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, February 18th. Uh-oh.
Man, yeah, I don't know. I might just have to borrow something and
Yeah.
mix it up.
Maybe a completely opposite deck. Wink, wink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't say. You shouldn't say. Playing for $5,000, February 18th.
Sure.
Check that out, everybody. February 17th, 2 last chance qualifiers. Be here, be square, whatever. But Mike, congratulations. You did it.
Thank you.
You won.
Appreciate
nice job,
it.
man. For everyone watching, appreciate it. Check us out on the 18th.